How easy is it to burn out? And how easy is it to come back? These questions, for me personally, were answered during this video. A week ago, I am laying on my floor and watching YouTube. Suddenly, I see this video on my recommendations. This guy, Jerbob, makes a game in 2 days for a game jam. If you didn't know, game jams are events where you need to make a game in a short amount of time. Jams usually have themes that the games need to follow, and the theme of this jam was seriousness and spin to win, in which I was not so interested. But this video made me want to give it a try. So the timer starts, and I have 3 days to make a game. And halfway through, I almost deleted the entire project. But before starting the development, I need an idea. What do we have? So, the game needs to be serious and centered around a spinning mechanic. Or should I say, spinned around. It was late evening and the first thought was to sit on my spinning chair and think of a game idea. I spin this way. I saw my laptop. Maybe something about spinning the fans of a laptop. I spin that way. I saw my vacuum cleaner. Maybe some game about spinning the fans of a vacuum cleaner. Like for example, when you spin it in some way, it sucks everything. But if you spin it the other way, it will push them. I liked this idea, but it was late, so I went to have a shower before sleep. And as usually in the shower, the idea came to my head. I'm already making a math game, so why not add math to this game too? How about using math to calculate in what angle a spinning thing will stop? But what is that spinning thing? Carousel. What if I will take a carousel at children's playground and put it in the serious office and the serious employees will use it to spin around. Great idea. So I started by drawing some placeholder art. Just a circle with 4 sections where the employees, which I am drawing right now, will sit in. Why are there 4 sections? The player will spin the carousel and when it stops, 4 employees will enter it, 1 for each section. And in each section there are 2 seats, so the player needs to fill the carousel with right people in 2 spins. We will talk about the right people later. Then I decided to code the spinning motion for the carousel, and after some time we get this. But what does this number mean? It is the power of rotation. If you write 100, it will make 1 full rotation, even if it seems like multiple spins. And I just explained you the core mechanic of the game. You need to calculate the power at which the carousel will stop where you want and pick up the employees that you need. Speaking of which, I redesigned them. Then I drew the background and it looked like shit. But I was too tired to do something, so I ended the day here. It seems like everything is going good, but this day broke me. The whole night I spent thinking about my art, about it being trash. Yeah, I'm lying. I spent like 10 minutes on this thought and just fell asleep. But the problem still remains. I can't learn to draw in 2 remaining days. And what is the one purpose of game jams? Finding teammates. So, the next day I decided to look for help. From where, you ask? From the Discord of the jam. I woke up and immediately made a post about searching for an artist. And patiently waited for a reply. First hour, no replies. Yeah, no problem. Maybe they're all sleeping because of the time difference. I will continue making my game. Surely someone will reply. I added these cards for employees. They show the stats and also follow the mouse. Let's check the Discord. Okay, let's continue working. I realized that my first idea with 4 employees entering at the same time was a bit boring. The problem is, each employee affects the power of spinning in some way, and the player, by reading the cards, will need to calculate the new needed power to spin. But controlling 4 variables, which are 4 employees at the same time, would be bazarjok hard. And the game would end in 2 spins, because the carousel has 8 seats. Then, I was struck by an idea. What if the employees will enter just from one side? One by one, it will fix both problems. It is more manageable to have 1 employee to change your spinning power, and the game now ends in 8 spins. Okay, the employees can sit now, just need to move the queue. Oh, what? Alright, let's check the Discord. And this was my breaking point. Not because no one answered in Discord at the end of the day. No, I was feeling like my game was ass. The idea, the realization, the art, everything. I honestly felt like giving up. I felt that it is not what a man should spend his time to. Sitting all day, making some stupid game that nobody will not even play. Then I remembered my whole life. So many missed opportunities, so many unused chances. I did not want to lose this opportunity of showing my work, proving myself that I can finish projects. I knew I'd regret it if I never published this game. The point is not winning the game jam after all. So, one more day, one more push, just enough to finish the minimum core mechanics and publish. With that thought, I went to sleep. The next day, I started by adding the final core idea, the favorite color of employees. This carousel was not painted randomly this whole time. Each section has its color and each employee has their favorite color. So, for example, if employee gives plus 40 to power of spinning, now if he will sit in his favorite color, he will give plus 80 power. Why does it matter to have plus 80 and not plus 40? Because at the end of a round, the total power will be calculated. And the employees that divide or subtract from power have their favorite colors too. So you would not want them to be placed in their favorite section, because it will lower your overall power. So yeah, we have pretty interesting math game. After that, I finally checked Discord. It was empty. So I decided to take matters in my own hands and redraw everything. And now the office looks like this. Yeah, not much changed, but I'm satisfied. The bland office gives the vibe of seriousness and boringness, and only the carousel has colors. I even added this little sticker note. At this point, the game looked like this, and I still have some time, so I completely forgot about yesterday's mini burnout and decided to add audio effects. Added sounds for carousel, for the spin button, and also some animations and sounds for the employees. And now I am satisfied. There was still like 10 hours left for the deadline, but I put a dot, and now the most annoying and anticipating part. Yeah, it's published. Looking at the game, the question begs an answer. Was it worth it? Absolutely. I am grateful that I did not give up that night. This was my first finished game jam, and it plays a big role as a starting point. I learned that I can keep pushing even when I don't see a point. I learned more about game design, balancing, sound effects, and I even had to use paint and trigonometry. And now I honestly want to participate in these jams more. You can play this game and leave a review too, by the way. But if you want to see how I added infinite math questions for my mobile game, check this video. Subscribe to the channel.